Anyway, that leads into my bad point, though, which is I'm just going to be fair. If I'm going to point out, and this did happen in the beginning of this season, that there has been times where Ziwu just had a whole month that by his standards were like fucking sketchy as fuck. Then you have to put, and Monacy did it at the, let's say beginning of the first season maybe. Bro, it is Donk's time for that in this last month and a half now. Like, again, look, because he's Donk, he still has the 1.2 rating because these people just live up here, don't they? Like, they're not mere mortals like us. They don't do 0.8 rating or whatever. But the craziest one that'll show you how Donk has fallen off is if you just look at the KD on T side. Bro, he has dropped like 0.4. Like, he went from like I am a god every T side to like I'm just having some normal T sides now, mate. And I'll tell you what, this is why everyone else in the Spirit discussion's under fucking pressure, mate. The coaching staff, the IGL, the new guys in the team, because everyone except Chiro is having a fucking bad time right now in Spirit. And remember, we all took it for granted the last year and a half in Spirit. Right, step one, Donk gets a 1.4 rating. Yeah, okay, he did that take. Right, step two. Look, in a normal team, there's no fucking step one, 1.4, and then go down. But you could do that in Spirit. That used to actually be reliable. Well, what you're seeing now is just like when Vitality began this season, Ziwu would have a bad game, and they suddenly were like half as good. Bro, Spirit is way worse when Donk isn't this T-side god, mate. Like, all of a sudden it gets really... That's another reason I think people are going really hard on Chopper, because they're going, well, look at the T-win side rating. Yeah, the best T-side player in the world is like a fucking... has lost a third of his game or something, guys. Like, that's going to have a big effect on it. So I want to get you guys' thoughts, just individually. Listen, this is the player we've all called the best in the world. He's supposed to be the player that's going to be number one at the end of the year. What do you think, Flashy? Donk having a bit of a drop-off?
I mean, it's really hard to judge, right? Like, besides this KD difference, like, he set the bar so high that it's so hard to actually properly make a conclusion out of it, right? And also, like, how temporary it is also, right?
Yeah.
I think he the eye test, I didn't really notice the fall on the T side by watching his mechanism. Like, I think he has been like shooting really hard still. I think for sure the notice, like, it's noticeable difference in terms of the team performance when he drops a little bit, just because of like all the wins that they had this past year and a half. He has been just like crazy, right? Like, his rating and his numbers he put up was so high that when he drops maybe even a little bit, then you can see a massive drop in the team performance as well, because maybe we haven't even realized by the eye test how much he actually swings the round, like in their favor, right? So that small drop that can also cause this. But as I said, like, I think even for him, like, I don't want to put everything on the time, but at the same time, like when they are changing players, like, a lot of dynamic can change, and maybe he is missing some more voice that Magic's did before. Like it could be any small things. We don't see it from the outside, right? But for sure, after the major, there is a lot of conclusions to make for them.
It's fair to say that he's dropped a little bit. I think I have to watch Chengdu play out to say who's my front runner for Player of the Year. Currently, I still have Donk, but the Chengdu performance was weaker, and I considered Chengdu to be one of the better events this year, just because it has all of the top teams with the exception of Aurora. So it really does still have all top 8 teams at the event, and to fall in this fashion it just seems beneath what a player that's kind of making the underdog run for world number 1 or 2025's number 1 should be doing. I don't. When I watch the games, I still felt like at Chengdu he had that extra punch, but yeah, no, it wasn't as superhero. It was the superhero performances that we got towards the earlier portion of the year, or even at Cologne for that matter. Those were less present there. It felt like sometimes the odds were even more insurmountable, and finally he wasn't able to conquer them. So this is maybe a little bit of a Donk apologist speaking, where I still have him as my number 1 player of the year, regardless of the little bit of drop off. But it's close. It's really, really close right now. I'm not. This is not. Last year, I think I was a lot more definitively in favor of Donk over anybody else. This one, really neck and neck between him and ZywOo. And a great performance here at Chengdu, even that could swing it in the favor of ZywOo for me.
More cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.